Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, November 7th, 2 days after we have got our country back. I woke up this morning and I just thought about all the things, all the beautiful things, the beautiful benefits that are going to come back to our country. We're going to close our border. We're going to get rid of DEI woke ideologies. You won't have to be afraid to fire somebody who you know is wholly unqualified. But because everybody has to literally have a straitjacket on their soul and walk around tiptoe, walking on eggshells, you can't do anything. You can't, dare I say, tell the truth. All these trigger warnings and safe spaces. I come from the universities, y'all, and I'm telling you right now, this cancerous mindset has really embedded itself in our nation. So when I woke up this morning, I just felt this beautiful glow of relief and glee. Oh my God, we're going to get our country back. We've got JD Vance. We've got Tulsi Gabbard. We've got Elon Musk, who's going to run the Department of Government Efficiency. Elon Musk fired 90% of Twitter, and X has seen a 600% increase in usership. It's amazing what's going to happen. We're all going to be prosperous. We are going to be going live. So anyway, I just want to say hello, good morning. This was kind of a pop-up impromptu surprise live because sitting president, I used to call him the vegetable in chief. He, intents and purposes, probably, quite frankly, he still is a vegetable. I don't know. Does he know he's the president? Probably not. He's going to be giving a live address to the nation. Let's do a roll call as we wait. Let me know where you're joining me from, what city, what country, what state. Good to see you, Freedom Keeper 1776. I love your channel name, by the way. I love that. It's great to see you. Good to see you. Come on in. Come on in. Make sure you share this out. So President Biden, sitting President Biden, you know what's crazy? Is Kamala Harris, who gave her concession speech yesterday. We're just waiting for the live feed. Kamala Harris, who gave her concession speech yesterday, is the one who actually has to certify Trump becoming president again. She's the last person that has to certify. If there's such a thing as divine justice, you unqualified DEI train wreck, Kamala, there is justice. Karma is real, America. We're getting our country back. My excitement has been at level 6,000 since November 5th at 2 a.m. when I cut off the live broadcast. Finally, when they said 270. Holy macadamia nut. Adam Irish Conundrum. Wow, that's an interesting name. Thank you for the $2 super chat. It's great to see you, brother. I hope you're doing fantastic. We're just waiting now. President Biden was slated to speak at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we're just waiting for that live feed. As soon as he comes out, we are going to go live. But where are you guys joining me from? Cynthia from Missouri. Great to see you. Joni Fink, man, I'm going to move to Pennsylvania. Do you know anybody from Pennsylvania? You are so dear to my heart. I love you with the power of 1,000 suns. You have delivered this nation, Pennsylvania. God bless you. And Pennsylvania actually went to Biden not that long ago. So let me just get rid of this here so I can see you guys. I'll be keeping an eye on that live feed as it comes up. President Biden will be addressing the nation. By the way, let me know in the comments, what do you guys think he's going to say about Trump winning? I personally think him and Jilskis, Dr. Jilskis, I personally think him and Dr. Jilskis voted for Trump. I secretly think, there's dissension amongst the ranks. There's no question about that. I personally think he hates Obama. He definitely hates Pelosi. Pelosi is the most unlikable cretin that's ever spawned in mankind. There's nothing likable about Pelosi. Literally zero. The only person who appreciates Pelosi is a gravedigger because they're going to have business. I'm telling you, there's no other human being who appreciates her or likes her or wants her to be around. She is absolute pariah. I think he voted for Trump. I'm wondering, what do you think he's going to say about today's, about Trump and Trump being elected again? We saw Jimmy Kimmel crying yesterday. We saw Steve Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, all these billionaires. Isn't it interesting how the billionaires try to tell the middle class, poor, suffering, struggling American, everyday Americans that you need to vote for more billionaires because the billionaires are going to help you become less poor, and you need to trust the. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. They didn't listen to the American people. They talked down to us. They actually expected all this joy crap, zero substance, zero policy. They actually expected us because we're males, females, white, black. They expected us to, identity politics was their only platform. And it's so beautiful. It's so refreshing that the American people just shut a huge middle finger to all you guys, you elitist ruling class, and said, we're sick and tired of your crap. We want to be able to afford to live. We want to not be scraping by every single day. We want affordable healthcare. We want secure borders. We want law and order. We're sick and tired of forever wars. We're sick and tired of this transgender woke ideologies being stuffed down the throats of our children. And you know what? We actually want America first for once in a while. I love it. I just absolutely love that the country, excuse me, a little something on my lens there. I'm just so grateful that the country actually came through, and the country in a resounding roar said, screw you guys, we're done with you. Tim Porter from Ohio, great to see you. So we're just waiting on Biden, who's going to be coming out any second now. But I want to give shout outs to people. Kevin Hatter, what's going on in Chi-Town, Kevin? What's up with all these protests? And by the way, what is up with Illinois? Don't you guys want money? Don't you guys want to be prosperous? Don't you guys want law and order? I mean, last I checked, Chicago was not the friendliest streets to walk down. Call me crazy. Hey, Kevin, it's great to see you, man. Come on in. Castledale, Utah. I was born in Utah. Fantastic. Great to see you. Raised in the Midwest in Evansville, Indiana. And now I've lived in California for about 38 years now. So I've been in California. Oh, my state. We passed Prop 36. So we passed Prop 36. We got rid of the worst district attorney of all time in Los Angeles, Gascon. So we're going to actually be able to allow our law enforcement officers, our men and women in blue, to do their job. And California looks like, hopefully, with Trump and J.D. Vance and the rest of the Avengers, the American Avengers, hopefully California can finally get some sanity back. We lost to Pencil Dick Schiff, but that's okay. There's enough good that's happened. And the fact that we have, oh my God, you guys, we have the Senate. We control the Senate. No more Chuck the Buck Schumer, who takes fake photo ops, putting a live raw hamburger with real cheese on top of that when it's not even cooked. These guys think we're idiots, and I'm so happy that we told them to F off on Tuesday. Ellsworth, Maine. Great to see you, Bradley. Come on in. Western Kentucky. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go.
Thank you. Please. Thank you. It's good to see you all. Particularly good to see my granddaughter sitting in the front row here. Hi, Finn. How are you, honey? For over 200 years, America has carried on the greatest experiment in self-government in the history of the world. And that's not hyperbole. That's a fact. We're the people. The people vote and choose their own leaders, and they do it peacefully. And we're in a democracy. The will of the people always prevails. Yesterday, I spoke with President-elect Trump to congratulate him on his victory. And I assured him that I'd direct my entire administration to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition. That's what the American people deserve. Yesterday, I also spoke with Vice President Harris. She's been a partner and a public servant. She ran an inspiring campaign, and everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much, her character. She has a backbone like a ramrod. She has great character, true character. She gave her whole heart and effort, and she and her entire team should be proud of the campaign they ran. You know, the struggle for the soul of America since our very founding has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today. I know for some people, it's a time for victory, to state the obvious. For others, it's a time of loss. Campaigns are contests of competing visions. The country chooses one or the other. We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree. Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system. It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose. I also hope we can restore the respect for all our election workers who busted their necks and took risks at the outset. We should thank them. Thank them for staffing voting sites, counting the votes, protecting the very integrity of the election. Many of them are volunteers who do it simply out of love for their country. And as they did their duty as citizens, I will do my duty as president. I'll fulfill my oath, and I will honor the Constitution. On January 20th, we'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America. To all our incredible staff, supporters, cabinet members, all the people who've been hanging out with me for the last 4 years, God love you, as my mother would say. Thank you so much. You put so much into the past 4 years. I know it's a difficult time. You're hurting. I hear you and I see you. But don't forget all that we accomplished. It's been a historic presidency.
Has it?
Not because I'm president, because what we've done.
What have you done? You haven't done anything.
A presidency for all Americans. Much of the work we've done is already being felt by the American people, but the vast majority of it will not be felt. We felt over the next 10 years. We have legislation we passed that's just only now just really kicking in. We're going to see over $1 trillion worth of infrastructure work done, changing people's lives in rural communities and communities that are in real difficulty because it takes time to get it done. And so much more. It's going to take time, but it's there. The road ahead is clear, assuming we sustain it. There's so much we can get done and will get done based on the way the legislation was passed. And it's truly historic. You know, we're leaving behind the strongest economy in the world.
No, you're not.
I know people are still hurting, but things are changing rapidly. Together, we've changed America for the better. Now we have 74 days to finish the term, our term. Let's make every day count. That's the responsibility we have to the American people. Look, folks, you all know it.
No, we don't.
Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable.
This seems like an SNL skit.
We all get knocked down. But the measure of our character, as my dad would say, is how quickly we get back up. Remember, a defeat does not mean we are defeated. We lost this battle. The America of your dreams is calling for you to get back up. That's the story of America for over 240 years and counting. It's a story for all of us, not just some of us. The American experiment endures. We're going to be okay, but we need to stay engaged. We need to keep going. And above all, we need to keep the faith. I'm so proud to have worked with all of you. I really mean it. I sincerely mean it. God bless you all. God bless America. And may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, that was swift and fast. Interesting. What do you guys think of that? He seems coherent. It's sad that like that's the bar now. Is that we've got somebody who doesn't stumble, fumble, look like he's completely riddled with God knows what kind of medications and uppers and this and that XYZ. So it's very very interesting to see that. So I just want to say this. I want to say this really quickly. And by the way, I truly think that President Trump, there was a peaceful transfer of power. You see how yesterday's speech from Kamala, today's speech from President Biden, there's this sort of like, again, this sort of elitist attitude, like, hey, guess what? We're not going to be like them. We're going to do a peaceful transfer of power. You know why? Because we're the party that cares about blah, 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 democracy. Blah, blah, blah. There was a peaceful transfer with Trump. He left. President Biden's been president. He was inaugurated. He was there for 4 years, and he's literally obliterated every single policy that Trump had up that secured our border, secured our economy, secured our standing geopolitically across the globe, secured our law and order, made our cities safe. He rescinded all of that. And his spending, you look at the famous economist, Milton Friedman. Inflation is not caused by consumers or consumer spending. Inflation is caused irrevocably, unequivocally by excess government spending. Alleviating student loans, giving over $200 billion of our taxpayer dollars to fund a war criminal, Zelensky, which is essentially a money laundering scheme, and funding these forever wars. Never mind think of the fiscal irresponsibility that this party has demonstrated time and time again. There's no arguing there. That's the very reason you inherited an economy with a 2% inflation rate that has skyrocketed to 9 percentage points plus. And you're going to tell us you achieved something? And this infrastructure bill and all this, the American Spending Act, all of these have cost Americans. They've cost Americans exorbitantly. We can't afford gas. I can't take my kids on vacation. I mean, people can't afford their rent, their mortgage. These are hardworking Americans that actually literally have decent, some of them even a high level, high net earning incomes, jobs, positions. And both parents are working and they're still living paycheck to paycheck. So it's delusional. It's ridiculous. It is complete hyperbole that he says we've achieved anything. But I will say this, I'm very impressed that, he actually, to me, he reflects. Human beings are human beings, okay? I don't care who you think you are. I don't think if you're the king of Siam, president of the United States, it doesn't matter. Human beings are human beings. I feel I have a pretty good pulse on the human condition. I've been studying it, living it, breathing it for the last 40 years. And I can tell you this, there's a part of me that strongly believes, and I want to hear from you too, that Biden is secretly just so absolutely ecstatic that Kamala not only lost, but it was a landslide. That the Obama, the Chuck Schumers, the pushing up Daisy Pelosi's, and all of these people, they are all the same people. They are all the same people. And these elitist ruling class ousted this guy. This guy beat Trump. He had a proven track record. Not only that, he served the Democrat Party for over 50 years. If you remember, Biden was the one who carried out that technical lynching, Justice Thomas called, during his Supreme Court hearing to be a Supreme Court justice. That Reagan nominated him, his nomination. So, this guy has served. It's like a pathetic, sad cliche of you work your butt off for a corporation, and as soon as they don't need you, they don't give two squats about you, they throw you to the curb. That's what Biden did. Biden worked 50 plus years for the corporation of the elitist ruling class Democrat Party, and they threw him away like yesterday's garbage. And he is ecstatic. Dr. Jilskis wore all red. She wore all red, an entire red suit on November 5th. I mean, the signs are abundantly clear. I think he voted for Trump. I think he's ecstatic that Trump won. And I'm impressed. He seemed gleeful. He seemed happy. He was cogent, sober, with it. His acuity seemed there. I think that he is going to be completely, peaceful. He's going to be completely welcoming and inviting of Trump. And we are headed towards prosperity like we've never seen. I truly believe we're headed toward the golden age. Oh, you know what? Somebody said 2020 was stolen. Look, I don't deny. I've said this many, many times on the channel, and I also want to share this. I'm a big believer in facts, not feelings. I have feelings, believe me, but don't go anywhere. Let me show you this stat. So let me show you my research, okay? This is a unequivocal, concrete fact, okay? And there's no way you can deny this because this is a fact. And so I want to show you this data, and then you can kind of tell me what you think. And then we'll talk about this. Do I think that 2020 was stolen? Well, let's look at the data. Okay, so let's look at the data. So here's some data for you. When I went to bed on that fateful night 4 years ago in November, Trump was ahead in Pennsylvania. He was ahead in North Carolina. He was ahead in Wisconsin. He was ahead in Georgia. I don't know if he was ahead in Michigan, but he was ahead in all of the swing states. And even Trump's concession speech, if you could call it that 4 years ago, I don't know if it was technically a concession speech, but he literally said, I don't even know what happened. We were all set to celebrate. We were rolling. We were steamrolling. I don't know what happened. I want you to look at this chart. These are facts. This is not theory. This is not feelings. This is not conspiracy. This is facts. What do you see there that is an anomaly? What do you see there that's an anomaly? This is data. In 2004, John Kerry got 59 million votes in the election. In 2008, the Messiah, right, the Black Jesus, Obama got 69.5 million. That was at the height of hope and change, at the height of his popularity. He absolutely obliterated McCain in that presidential race in 2008. In 2012, he went down a little bit, 65 million. In 2016, Hillary got 65 million. In 2024, Harris got the least. Actually, I still don't believe Harris got more than Obama in 2012, but Kamala got 66 million. You mean to tell me in 2020, I mean, how does this, somebody make this make sense to me? You mean to tell me in 2020, Joe Biden got almost 20 million more votes than Obama, the Black Jesus? Somebody tell me, how does that make sense? This is facts. This is data. This is going to probably get me deplatformed, and it could get my channel completely revoked, but I have to say it because it's the truth. I believe President Joe Biden is an illegitimate president. I truly believe that. I mean, Trump got over 70 million votes. So Trump beat Obama, which I think is justified. People were sick and tired of these elite ruling class. What was the difference this time? Why did it not happen again? I'll tell you exactly why it didn't happen this time. This is huge. You know why it didn't happen this time? We were prepared. We were over prepared. Laura Trump taking over the RNC, huge. Scott Pressler literally handing Pennsylvania to Trump on a platter by actually galvanizing a huge movement, blood, sweat, and tears. We owe Scott Pressler a great debt of gratitude. Elon Musk buying Twitter, the election would have been a completely different election had Elon Musk not bought Twitter and turned it into X. Every social media platform, I can't post anything on Facebook that I post on X. I can barely post on YouTube and other places that I can on X. That's why I say, I always say this right here. I always say, follow me on X because I post a lot of things that I can't post anywhere else. To me, it's the last bastion of free speech in the online ecosystem. I'm hoping now that we have control, now that the government is going to serve the people, now that we have the Senate, and we're pretty close to getting the House. I think we're going to get the majority in the House, and we have the executive branch. We are going to be able to go back to sanity. It is the most beautiful, glorious era in the last 5 decades in this country, my fellow Americans. We are going to finally. Trump was basically a lame duck in 2016. They threw everything in the kitchen sink at him, all the impeachment hoaxes, the Russia hoax. He didn't have control of the bicameral legislature. I mean, this is huge. We can get rid of DEI, anti-American, pro-terrorist, pro-discriminatory principles. It is the most cancerous disease to ever infect our republic. Why? Because it's a rebuke to meritocracy. It states that an arbitrary characteristic like the tone of your skin is more important than you working hard and earning it. That's not something I teach my children. That's not something that America is all about. That's not something that the framers are all about. We're going to deport these criminal thug, the Tren de Aragua. These are nasty, nasty people. We're going to deport millions and millions of undeserving, red carpet illegals who came into our country with unfettered, unscreened, unvetted access, and they have run rampant across America and American cities. Laken Riley comes to mind, God rest her soul, and Jocelyn Nungare comes to mind, God rest her soul. We're going to secure our border. My parents were immigrants. There's nothing wrong with immigrants. We need good people. But they worked their asses off. They worked their asses off. They earned their PhDs. They worked blood, sweat, and tears. There was a huge process. There was an apparatus in place, the American apparatus, which screened them, vetted them, monitored them. Rightly so. This is earned citizenship. This is the greatest country on earth. You want to give these guys unfettered free access and then dump them in swing states? Shame on you, Kamala. Shame on you, Biden. Shame on you, Obama. We're going to refund the police. By the way, the Border Patrol agents endorsed Trump. We're going to refund the police. We're going to be able to feel safe in our cities again, my fellow Americans. Law enforcement is actually going to be allotted to do their job, allowed to do their job. We're getting rid of this crazy, sick idea that we want anarchy and nihilism and these protests, burning down, looting, small businesses having to lock up everything. I dare you to go in Los Angeles today and try to get just go try to get a stick of deodorant at CVS right now in Los Angeles. You have to ask the cashier. This is a third world democracy we're living in right now because of these absolute elitist scum. That's all going to go back to normal. We're getting sanity back. We're going to end the absolute bedlam that is happening across the world. We're going to end these forever wars. $200 billion of our hard-earned taxpayer dollars given to these war criminals. The Ayatollahs, the Middle East is an absolute train wreck. Did you see the report that came out? The Ayatollahs are terrified of a Trump presidency. You're damn right, because we're going to get balls back in this country. We're going to get our TR, Theodore Roosevelt, man in the arena. This guy took a bullet for us. This guy is badass. This guy has conviction. He's authentic. He's real. He cares. When I say I know these people, I don't say that frivolously or to sound good. I know these people. I've been running businesses my whole life, but there was a time in my late 20s, early 30s that I worked in the public sector. For almost 2 decades, I worked in the public sector teaching at some of the most prestigious universities. I don't just call myself professor for kicks and giggles, y'all. I know these people, these lofty, self-important, narcissistic, elitist, ruling class academics. That's all Kamala is. That's all Obama is. That's all every single one of these Pelosi, Schumer, Pencil Dick Schiff, Ratty Raskin. You rat. I can't wait till Raskin ends up in chains. You are such a rat, Ratty Raskin. Oh, I can't stand that guy. He is such a weasel. He's worse than all of them. I know these people. I've worked with them. I've seen them. This is why I left. It's why I left. I mean, it is the worst kind of people, backstabbing, ruthless. You could take the most ruthless CEO that's ever worked at a hedge fund, the most toxic work environment. It doesn't hold a candle to these elitist scum academics. Your kids are not learning American history. Your kids are not learning palpable real world applications that they can use when they enter the job market at 19, 18, 20. They're not learning anything real. These are not learning institutions. Take it from somebody who knows they are indoctrination camps. And hopefully that's all going to change. This is the great American cleansing. We are getting rid of the garbage, we're taking out the trash, and we're making America sane again, healthy again, powerful again, respectful again, and great again. And quite frankly, probably if I were you, I would subscribe to Professor Nez. He's a real good looking guy, but more importantly, he's not a nasty guy like these academics in Kabbalah. Kamala, you're fired. But I subscribe to Professor Nez, quite frankly, probably because he tells the truth. And he's the greatest YouTuber out there to bring the truth to everybody. If I were you, subscribe right now. Thank you, Mr. President. I love you. I know these people. Do me a favor if you haven't already. It costs you nothing. Tap that thumbs up. It takes you just a nanosecond. A nanosecond! Tap it right now, baby. Come on, help us out. Because why? Because this is, oh, by the way, another thing that's beneficial besides border, besides forever wars, besides the economy, besides law and order, besides everything, DEI and all that crap. This is the nail in the coffin to the propagandist, woke, corrupt, network, mainstream media. This is the final nail in the coffin. It's over for these guys. Jeff Bezos released an op-ed preventing the Washington Post from endorsing Kamala Harris for good reason. He said, we've lost our credibility. I give kudos to Jeff Bezos. Independent grassroots media organizations like myself and others are the last bastions of giving you the truth, the objective truth, because I will go 100%. I will bet everything. The only reason Kamala Harris, the only reason that this race was quote unquote tight, which obviously what we saw on Tuesday result was definitely, it wasn't tight at all. It was a landslide. But leading up to it, the only reason, I'll even go as far as say the only reason anybody voted for Kamala, not because she had substance, not because of what Biden says. She had character. Character? What kind of character does this person have? Somebody tell me, what kind of character does Kamala Harris have? She lied to the American public. She destroyed California. She's the worst vice president in the history of vice president. What character? She faked a phone call the day of the election. What character? She doesn't have character. Are you kidding me right now? You think we're stupid? Vegetable in chief, Joe Blow? The Americans can no longer have the wool pulled over their eyes. And so when I say tap the thumbs up, when I say subscribe, what you're doing is you're casting a tangible, although invisible vote that, you know what, mainstream corrupt woke media, we're sick and tired of your crap. That's what you're doing. You're helping us reach more people. This is an educational channel, if anything. I do my own due diligence, qualitative and quantitative research. I'm married to the most brilliant researcher on planet Earth. She helps with our channel and our media organization as well. Our aim here is to literally get our country back, defend it, and share the objective truth. Everything that the woke, fake mafia media won't share. This is an educational channel. When we have educated citizens, they make educated and informed decisions. When they make educated and informed decisions, that helps you, that helps me, that helps everybody. That helps our grandkids, our great-great-great-great-grandkids. It helps our beautiful, glorious country, the greatest country ever invented. So please do that right now. I'm gonna give some shout outs to new members. and super chats. And I want to hear your thoughts on what you thought Biden said. I still think he voted for Trump. I definitely think Dr. Jilski's voted for Trump. I think he hates Obama. He has massive resentment to Pelosi, Kamala, Chuck the Buck, Pencil Dick Schiff, Ratty Raskin. You rat. You're a rat. You're a rat, Raskin. Oh, I hate Raskin. I don't hate anybody, but I hate Raskin. He's a bad guy. He's a nasty guy. Quite frankly, probably one of the nastiest guys out there, which is why I watch Professor Nez. He's not a nasty guy. He's a good guy. Probably one of the greatest guys. You gotta love Professor Nez. These people, they've been ruining our country. Quite frankly, it's an awful thing what they've done to our country. So watch Professor Nez, and here you get the truth. Thank you, Mr. President. I love you. Congratulations. Adam Irish Conundrum with the $2 super chat. Love you, brother. Thank you so much. Jim Barron, JB, we got the best mods in the business. What's a mods? These are people who are dedicated to the movement. These are people who are dedicated to the truth. These are people who are dedicated to getting our country back and fortifying it and making it so strong. So the mission now moving forward is to make our country so invincible that the ruling elitist, global, narcissistic, looking down on the rest of hardworking American scum can never penetrate the walls of our beautiful republic ever again. That is the new mission of this channel, to fortify this nation, make it bulletproof, make it invisible from infiltration from these terrorists, these psyop, elitist, ruling class terrorists, the Soros, the Obamas, the Clintons, the Biden crime family. We can't let them infect our nation ever again. And as long as I have oxygen in my lungs, as long as I have air in my breath, I am never, ever going to quit. And I hope you'll join me. So by becoming a member, you not only get to support that mission, you also get access to our members-only Discord. This is a thriving, engaging community. I'm in there too. We talk about things, share things, ideas. It's phenomenal. You get automatic registration. Automatic! My fellow Americans, Nez Nation, you get automatic registration into our live stream giveaways. I've given away thousands. Ask JB, ask Jim, ask everybody in the chat right now who's a member or has been a member. MG, ask Laura Tilford, ask Howie. You get automatic registration. I have given away thousands and thousands of dollars of Amazon gift cards, hats, merch, hoodies, shirts, you name it. I mean, dog bandanas. We've got, by the way, share our store if you don't mind, Jim Barron. If you're still here, if you wouldn't mind sharing a link, you can also find it in the pinned comment. We have original made in the USA merchandise. I mean, we've got Kamala will broke it, Trump will fix it merchandise. I love Trump. We got mugs, coffee mugs. We got everything. This is a full-on, full-court, full trifecta media org, and we're never going to stop. I hope you'll join me. You also get top priority chat, response, boosted engagement. You get badges next to your name, live stream shout-outs. You get top priority when we have guests on. We've had incredible guests. We've got more to come. We're going to get so many guests on here. It's not even funny. Senators, congressmen, leaders, influencers, you name it. We're getting everybody on our show. So you get top priority as a member to ask our guests a question live on the air. Need I say more, Nez Nation? I mean, give me a brizache, for crying out loud. Thank you so much, 111 Frank B, 111 Frank B for the $5 super chat. God bless you. Thank you. Robbie Reeder, you've given enough, man. You don't have to give me anything. Big shout out to Robbie Reeder, one of the best mods, one of the best human beings, one of the best patriots, one of the best supporters, one of the best living organisms on planet Earth. Robbie Reeder, I just want to say a huge, big digital hug, digital fist bump, and thank you to you. You rock, brother. He's in our Discord too. And he's just doing phenomenal work. What Biden says depends on what the teleprompter reads. 100%. Well said. Grace Michelle. I love Grace. Grace, it's so great to see you. $10 super chat. Thank you, Grace. God bless you. Heads up to therapists. You will make a fortune. Dems are having a meltdown. You know, I got to be honest with you. It is so phenomenal to get our country back, but I don't want to see anybody suffer. I don't like these videos of these people melting down. Yeah, it can be kind of funny at times, but to me, it's just tragic. It's just tragic that somehow, the way I look at it, I guess, I don't know, I just look at it differently. I look at it as like, how have you let your mindset get so gnarled and twisted that when Trump wins, the guy who's going to literally bring America back to the forefront, and instead of treating America last, like this administration has for the last 4 years, he is going to be implementing an American first agenda. You're actually breaking down having it. I mean, I saw some video the other day of some woman saying, how am I going to tell my husband I don't want to have kids now? I mean, it's the psychosis. It's so unbelievably tragic. And all of this psychological mental breakdown is all caused by propaganda. That's why, how many times have I said it on this channel? Propaganda is the most powerful force in the universe. It's the only reason Kamala had a chance. The only reason. What other reason is there? Her track record? Her skills? Her character? She has nothing. She has nothing but the huge mega donor, ruling class, globalist, media propagandist apparatus. That's the only thing she had. Thank you, Grace. Congratulations. Welcome. Life is good to being a member of Nez Nation. Fantastic. Welcome. Hopefully you were listening to all the beautiful amenities and benefits. Welcome to the family. JB, you're amazing. Jim Barron, the best mod from here to Bangladesh, from Las Vegas to Guam. We've got the best mods in the business. Great to see you, Jim. Thank you so much, sir. Y Restrepo, thank you so much for the $2 super sticker. You're amazing. Thank you. God bless you. Bernie's in the house. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Bernie. Good morning. I'm sorry, Professor. I don't think Biden beat Trump. The suspicious activity at the ballot counting places seems to be overlooked. Well, there's a reason why I look at this, Bernie. Hopefully you saw that. This is not feelings. This is not conspiracy. This is not some wild harebrained scheme or theory. This is facts. This is data. There is no way in a billion years you could ever convince me that Biden got almost 20 million more than the Black Jesus, President Obama, the Messiah of the Democrats. There's just no way that you can convince me. And Trump got 70 million, 71 million or something like that, I think, in 2020. I think that this anomaly needs to be investigated. And by the way, what else needs to be investigated? Thank you, Bernie. I appreciate you. What else needs to be investigated is Butler, Pennsylvania. We still have no idea what's going to happen. Oh my gosh, you guys, the glorious comeuppance, the retribution, the resurrection of the truth is a glorious thing that we're going to have back in our country, folks. The JFK files, the Martin Luther King Jr. files, Butler, Pennsylvania, all the Secret Service internal hullabaloo, shenanigans and gymnastics and cover-ups. I'm hoping to God all of that is going to come out. But what happened in Butler? Do you guys realize we were a nanomillimeter away from either this country going down the toilet or what we have today? All praises to the Most High. Thank God, our Lord. We were a nanomillimeter away from it all being gone, a lost cause. And there being more hate, more divisiveness, with all intents and purposes, a highly likely potential for an all-out civil war. If July 13th had gone differently. You're going to tell me there's no God? If he hadn't turned his head askance, we'd be having a very different conversation right now. There is a God. God is in control. And when you pray in earnest and you have faith and you believe, I just think beautiful things happen. I think God is in control and God is great. I truly believe that. I think we're all here because of God. Ward Furtuck, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Canada congratulates America. Thank you. We love you, Canada. And I hope all the Trudeauian, communistic, Marxist policies, I hope they will evaporate soon. Thank you so much, Ward. I appreciate you. And David, thank you so much for the $5 super chat from Pittsburgh, PA. Yes, Pennsylvania. We took our country back. It's so amazing. It's so awesome. It's great to see you, Ann. Thank you so much. God bless you in Pennsylvania. I love you. Brian Hoffman, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. You're amazing. The media, especially The View, should listen to Kamala Harris. We have the ability to see what can be unburdened by what has been and then to make the possible actually happen. Exactly. All this nothingness, empty, vacuous nothingness. You're exactly right. Thank you, Brian. Somebody should cancel. The View is literally like puke on celluloid. It's like broadcasting these menopausal, over the hill airheads like we care about their opinion. They are the most unintelligent people on planet Earth. Sunny Hostin, literally, her opinion means less to me than anybody's. I mean, it means I would take Joe Biden's. I would rather have Joe Biden drive me cross country while I take a nap. You don't want to talk about putting your life at risk. Than take anything Sunny Hostin takes seriously. She has like two molecules in her brain and they're fighting. They're not even getting along. It's that bad. It's awful. It's egregious. Thank you, Yvette. Welcome to Nez Nation. It's fantastic to have you. We are going to become invincible. We are going to build our country. This is a retribution, a resurrection. This is a rebuild, a rebirth, if you will. Thank you for being here, Yvette. Will Crump, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. The only reason Jack Smith is gone to moot the challenge to his appointment as special counsel, DOJ does not want bad case law from SCOTUS. Exactly. It sets precedents. Thank you so much, Will. I really, really appreciate you. So stick around. If you haven't already, please tap that thumbs up. I would really, really greatly appreciate it. I can't wait to get your thoughts on what you think of this speech. What do you think is going to happen? As a matter of fact, let me know in the comments as well. What do you think President Trump will and can do as president-elect? I mean, we still got a couple of months here. We've got November, December. These guys are still in control. Kamala and Biden are still in control. There's even a rumor that Biden, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a ridiculous rumor, that Biden might step down and give the reins to Kamala so she can be woman president or the first female president for a month or two, which I think is utterly pathetic and would just create more vitriol, more ire from the American public and more disdain and resentment. It would literally seal the deal for the Democrats and they would never, ever get into office ever again if they allowed that to happen. So I don't think that's going to happen. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Stay tuned. Subscribe, follow, sign up for our free newsletter. It's in the pinned comment. It's very, very simple. There's no strings attached. I never share your email. We never spam. It is literally just so you can get everything right to your inbox conveniently. Sometimes these platforms, they don't share, they suppress, they censor. If you want to make sure, it's like a kind of bulletproof insurance policy. In the pinned comment, if you click on that link and then just click on the option for free newsletter, all you have to do is give us your best email. Bada boom, bada bing, click submit, and you're in. No strings, cancel anytime. It's just to ensure that you don't miss out because we are producing brand new content, videos, fully digested, fully vetted research to you every single day. I don't want you to miss out. This is your sure-proof way of never missing out. So make sure you do that ASAP. I love you guys. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody. You guys are the absolute best. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless